This is the new Spartan SR. SR stands for self-riding. When I say new, it's new for people in Australia. Everyone else in the world has had these out for like 6 months, but in Australia we only just got it today. So, not easy to design parts for a boat that you haven't seen, but we managed to take care of most of it. The only thing, the only thing I don't know is what size drive shaft they use in these things, whether they upgraded it to the 316 or they still use their own one. Now they come in blue, red and green, I believe. I can't even remember which one I ordered. I'm guessing it must have been the red one. Actually looks pretty good. Bit of a toolkit, a stand I've never used, tools I've never used, instructions I'll definitely never use. And there it is. Got the plastic rudder bracket there. So the upgrades we make for these are the better turn fins. They're the same as the last model. The trim tabs, they're also the same as the last model that we make, quite a bit wider and longer. The struts we make, or the stingers I should say, to replace these that are fully adjustable. And the rudders we make with a dual pickups, oh they're 4 pickups actually, 2 outlets, plus a better bracket than that, not plastic. They're still stuck with their plastic props. They didn't change the size. Still a 42mm. Self-riding, obviously. What else have we got here? Okay, much better canopy hatch design. Must be some kind of tool that you take the locks off with, I'm going to say. I'm sure in the tools there's going to be a Allen key tool to open that up. Looks like that's it there. Just use my own. So what else we got here? Oh yeah, so she's just a quarter turn. Much better than the old design that had the little plastic part going in here that in a crash it would just bend and the front would open up. Also the other design had the overhang of the cover that would at speed get water coming up underneath from the spray. The biggest thing they've done, apart from the self-riding thing, is they've put the motor at the back, like I did in that boat that in the original design Spartan that I changed. The original ones were motors are up here, and I built one that with the motor right at the back, and it totally fixed all the chine walking. Well, maybe Traxxas saw that video, copied it, who knows. My motor was actually all the way at the back. I used a TFL drive system where it's all incorporated close to the back. Much shorter drive cable, nice and straight. There's not going to be any dramas with people having problems with the stuffing tubes with the bend in them. We do a wire drive for these, which is less resistance. I still don't know what shaft size I've got in here, whether our wire drive will fit this stinger or not. I will be pulling that apart and having a look at that. Tiny little cooler on the motor. They've still got this stupid silicon cooler, and what happens with that, as soon as it pressurizes, it expands, and then the water comes out the sides, like comes out the ends. So people wonder why their boat leaks. It's always going to be that. If you've changed that and your boat still leaks, apparently these are, a lot of people are having troubles with these things leaking just sitting in the water, whether it's coming up the shaft because the shaft is quite short, it could be that, or whether it's, I don't know, other people are saying it's leaking through here or something like that. I'll have to put it in the bath and find out. Battery goes right in the middle. 1 or 2. You can put one straight 6S battery in there, or 2 3S packs. I'd be running, personally myself, I like to run just one big one because I've got plenty of them. Plugs are still the same. They're a little bit of a weak link, you know, they're sort of barely good enough for the current that this draws. Speed control is only 80 amps, so bottom of the hull is exactly the same. Got a little trailer hitch in here, I suppose, to promote their little trailers that they make, which is pretty cool. Mine has a pretty bad lump in it here. It's not great. You can feel it with your finger there. You can probably see it on the camera, but yeah, it's quite a decent lump there where you know, it's the bottom of the hull. You want it smooth, and you can, yeah, it's definitely a flaw in the plastic for sure. You can see the sticker on here isn't, I don't know, it's almost like it's not stuck on there great. I don't know, it's kind of like a loose fitting, like not super tight on there. Be hard to explain. But you know, they're just beginner boats. It's just a matter of you put your batteries in it and off you go. And you shouldn't need much setup. So what more could you want? Might as well go through the rest of the things that come with the kit, I suppose. They do give you a spare propeller, which is much needed. The plastic ones can let go without even hitting anything. The correct tool to get that hatch lock off is actually this one here, not the Allen key like I said. So it obviously goes around the outside of that. Let's have a look at that. Oh, I see, it's got a cross, like a screwdriver thing across there as well. Oh yeah, okay. And the propeller, they don't give you much thread after the propeller to put the nut on. Let's find one of our propellers. It'll suit that boat. What's this one here? 42, yep, same size. So, just rip this off. It looks like this is probably going to be the old size cable, like the small one, judging by the size of the nut. It looks like an M4 thread instead of an M5 that we'd find on a 316 cable. Okay, so our prop, in the body of the prop, is a couple of mil longer. So will it still fit? Nylock just starts to grab, but not by much. You'd feel safer if you put the nut on backwards, so the nylock's on all the way. But because the body isn't that long compared to all the other brands you're going to find, you're going to have this trouble where the nut isn't going to fit unless you put it on backwards with the nylock. Of course, the other option to putting that nut on backwards is put some Loctite on there. Just put a bit of Loctite on the thread. This is red. Put blue on there. It's good enough. Just like you would on any cone nut, like any cone-shaped nut that doesn't have the nylock stuff in there. Take the cable out. Let's see what that is. We used their spanners for the video. The 10mm, as you can see. Same as every other boat. Cable should come straight out. Okay. Yeah, that's a small size cable. That's not 316. So they've gone with the same one that they've always used, but shorter cable. So what they have is 4mm to 5mm, which is the bearing size in here, and then down to 316, which is here. So 5mm, 316 is 4.76mm, which is standard. They just like to do things their own way. So the issue with this is, you know, the wire cable is the weak link, and that's the part that's always going to break. If you put an ordinary 316 cable in here, it's going to be loose in there, that being 5mm to suit this. So you'd need one to change this out to a wire drive or 316 all the way through. You'd need to swap out our stinger, which does give you advantages of the roller bearings rather than just a bush, and also all the adjustability you get with a stinger over this strut type arrangement. You probably can't see it in this video, but at the end of the stuffing tube there is a constant drip there as the boat's sitting there. You just can't do anything about it with the motor being so far back, no bend in the stuffing tube, and the motor is just so low, it's below the waterline when the boat is stationary. Without a lot of grease in the cable there, you're not going to stop that, so it's not really an issue. You can't do anything about that. There's no leak around from the hull itself like some people have found. Probably 6 months on, and you know, with warranty claims and whatnot, I'd say Spartan have actually fixed whatever that other leak was.